everybody out there, Chris and Mike.
Hey guys.
Here, and we are here again with another indie comic book review. This is the final week of December.
Of December 31st, 2014.
And for December 31st, you're going to notice for these next two reviews, we don't have too many books at all. As a matter of fact, we don't pass the number 5, as a matter of fact. In this indie review, we have 3 books.
Digital, no physical.
No physical this week, all digital. And for the big 2 review, you're going to notice we also only have 4 books. It's a very short week. So things will be picking up again, however, starting this Wednesday. And with the holiday season now over, hopefully the mail will be moving on time again. So let's start with the only book from Valiant this week, which is Manowar, issue number 31. How was it, Mike?
Wait, let me just get the color. There we go. Having technical difficulties. So, Manowar, issue number 31. It was really interesting. Like, we get introduced to this new guy, Mr. what was his name? Like, he has like this little nano buddy that he works with, Mr. Zan. And he shows, this woman, Rosemary, about these new robots and what they are and what they look like. And they do play an interesting role. So we go to Arak, where he's celebrating with his family with fireworks, but the woman, his agent, is actually saying that there's matters that need to be uncovered. And if you want to find out what it is, you should read the book. So he meets up with Mr. Arak. Now, remember that handshake, Chris? Right there.
Something happened.
It's going to show you something. Hold on. First of all, the artwork's amazing. So I like how where Mr. Rar, how he has to have his suit being put together, and Arak, 1, 2, 3. And he finds it so remarkable. But Arak hears voices in his helmet. And we're thinking, wait a minute, how is he hearing all these voices? And as a result of Mr. Rar saying detonate, it affects his ears after it blew up in his ear. So after a while, we find out when he was shaking hands with Mr. Rar, there was a little nano thing that came out of his hand that went into Arak's body, which traveled to the ear to detonate, and then that was the plan of all that. And no one could hear what he said because, the room is now fully deaf, and, they didn't know it was his idea that this happened. So this is bad for Arak now, because now with that happening to him, that's going to be something. And this Mr. Rar guy, I had a funny feeling there was something up about that guy. And my instincts were right. Really interesting. Really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for our hero Arak in the next issue.
The rest of the review is an Argo Comics review. We have 2 Argo Comics this week. And both comics, I think you could agree with me, were spectacularly awesome. By the way, Manowar's artwork was really, really nice.
I said that.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Okay, we're starting with my book, and I gotta say, I'm only reading 4 books this week. I've got the 3 weeklies from the big 2, and this book from the indie. This book wins Book of the Week. Argo 5, issue number 15, wraps up everything that's been going on in Argo 5 for the past 2 issues. So, Gladiatra has officially quit Argo 5. And she flies off, and the whole beginning of the issue is them trying to explain the story to the head of Argo 5. And I love how he turns to Shazrath and goes, Shazrath, you're her boyfriend, what's going on? He's like, well, it's sort of, and then everybody explains to him that they kind of are on a break. First of all, I gotta say that this artwork is really good. I really like the artwork in this issue, especially when it comes to Blue Dynamo and Shazrath and Chain Reaction. So anyway, they get a call in for help in Queens. I love how it's staying in New York. Apparently these subterranean mole men are attacking, and I love how Shazrath's like, I know how this is going to turn out, and Chain React's like, dude, maybe it's her day off. And he's like, dude, I know how this is going to turn out. He's like, maybe she's out of town. And then guess what? Guess who called for the backup? Law and Order, of all people. And I love how he just goes, I knew how this was going to turn out. I'm gonna skip out on a lot of the action, but Gladiator shows up again, although she's not acting herself, and lots of fighting happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out at the end of the book that the
Oh.
power of love is actually what helps snap Gladiatra out of what she's in. And if you want to know what happened to Gladiatra, read this book for yourself. I will say this, though. The ending of the book, and I already wrote down and said this was the best ending ever with Law and Order. I mean, I love Law and Order's character, but she deserved that at the end of this issue.
Yeah,
She
did.
absolutely did. And everything wrapped up really nicely in this issue. Of course, there's the pinup section then with some really nice artwork. I will say that. Some of it I'm not too keen to, but a lot of it I really do like a lot. And if you're interested in checking this book out, you can go on argocomics.com. That's ARGO comics.com. And you can pick this issue up now, or you can go to Indie Planet. I want to say Indie Planet. That's where the digital books are. I cannot remember for the life of me if that's true or not. I can't remember if that's true. Let me see. No, I'm getting. Well, if you go on argocomics.com, it'll take you to the links if you want it physically or digitally. I forgot, but I'm sure Dan in the comments will answer. But Argo 5 has been my favorite book. All 16, because there's an issue 0 issues, have been spectacular. I am super. What's the word I'm looking for? Invested in Argo 5. Can't wait for the next issue. Hopefully it'll be coming out soon. Can't recommend it enough. If you haven't read any issue of Argo 5, though, I would recommend going all the way back to at least issue 1 if you don't want to get issue 0 and giving it a try. It's an amazing series. The team, the characters, everything, it's just done masterfully. I will say that. And now we're getting into Michael's favorite book from Argo Comics, Sorority of Power. Issue number 9. Really nice cover. I really like the cover.
Yeah, very nice cover.
Yeah, I skimmed through the book, even though I know you read it, and I know there's going to be a lot of...
oh, yeah. A lot of it. Goo.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So, it starts off with Leprolass, Cybersuit, and Mushka. How they meet with this new guy in the comic books. I think his name was... if you would go down, thank you. His name is... was it Tyler? Oh, Trevor. Yeah, Trevor. And Leopard Lass is like all of them like saying like, oh, that's a great name because she had the hots for him, and he introduced him to her crew, and they're going on this. They're going to this fair, and they want Trevor to tag along with them. And I like how it's a fight between Leopard Lass and Cybersuit over Trevor. And
Mushka isn't even trying it.
And I love how Trevor's like saying, well, we can't be rude. You forgot about Mushka. And I'm like, it was just so funny how they're trying to fight over him. You get a little backstory of Mushka, of how she got her abilities and how she had a really rough life. And that was really something to see a story about that. And I love the artwork, though. Definitely just recommended here. I'm not recommend. Definitely something to look forward when you're reading is what I meant to say. So the car crashes and they have a bicycle that Leprolass use, but she uses Cybersuit to do all the pedaling and everything, and it's really funny like how
she becomes a bike.
Yeah, she actually becomes a bike for them throughout the whole to bring them to the fair. And then they fight over, you know, who's going to go on the Ferris wheel first. And actually, there is a note of Sorority of Power issue number 4. Like, remember that scavenger hunt thing? Basically, the two women do a little payback where she sets these stuffed animals into these monsters. And they get the back, of course. Yeah, and then Trevor...
Don't say the ending. You want to know what happened with Trevor at the end of this book?
Yeah.
Get the book.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I will say this: I do like the pinups in this book a lot.
I like the Leopard last one. Next cover.
That's not the next cover.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Oh, that's a pinup.
Oh. Well, it looks like the next cover.
I wish it was the next cover.
Oh, I wish. But guys, every time I read this comic book, Dan, you delivered it magnificently. 5 giggity goo stars. It's awesome. I really enjoy this comic book each and every time I read it. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
Giggity Goo Stars. Must see it. Argo Comics, ARGOcomics.com.
Absolutely. Sorority of Power, I guess, is your book of the week. Then.
Oh, hells yeah.
And mine is Argo 5. So like I said, this indie review is all Argo Comics, guys. If you haven't checked out Argo Comics, it's a new year. Now is the best time to check it out. Lots of big things I hear. I will not talk about it because I don't know how much I can divulge, but I hear lots of big things are going to be coming out of Argo Comics this year.
The 2014 with that.
Yep, with Argo 5 and a Sorority of Power. Now we have to start the new year off with one. Dan, we're in January now. End of January, maybe?
Yep. Or the middle of January?
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Nah, we like your comic books, man.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. We want the next issue.
Well, I would like the next Sorority of Power issue. You can wait for Argo 5.
Get behind the camera.
Yeah.
Alright, now as always, guys, that's it for this indie review. Very short. Look forward to a very short Big 2 review as soon as we get our physical copies. Hopefully they'll be in the mail tomorrow. We'll read one book for you, and you've already read it digitally, and 3 books for me that I can read in 2 seconds. And we'll get you the Big 2 review probably Tuesday morning. So until then, though, guys, as always, don't forget to check out comic-related, Comic Frontline Zone 4 podcast, Frontline Gaming Zone, and Brooklyn Boys 13. Altogether, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you're interested in any of the things that we do, any of the YouTube channels I mentioned, all the links will be in the description below, I think, except for Brooklyn Boys 13. That is on my main channel. If you go to youtube.com/Dark Avenger C86, you'll see Brooklyn Boys 13 there on the sidebar. And yeah, as always, feel free to leave comments. The holiday season's over, so we'll have the time to actually come back and answer some of your guys' comments. I'm going to be going back and answering a few from previous videos. Until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys in the next review.
Later, everybody.
Take care, everybody.